1.7-mile-long Golden Gate Bridge, an icon of the San Francisco Bay region, connects the city of San Francisco to Marin County, California. Before the bridge was built, the only practical shore route between San Francisco and what is now Marin County was by boat, across a section of San Francisco Bay. A ferry service began as early as 1820, with a regularly scheduled service beginning in the 1840s, for the purpose of transporting water to San Francisco. The bridge's orange color was originally intended just as a primer. The US Navy had lobbied that the bridge be painted in blue and yellow stripes to increase its visibility. But when the steel arrived in San Francisco, painted in a burnt red hue as a primer, the consulting architect decided the color was both highly visible and more pleasing to the eye. The bridge's color is officially called International Orange. During construction, a safety net was suspended under the floor of the bridge, extending 10 feet wider than the bridge's width and 15 feet longer than its length. The net proved an invaluable precaution as it saved the lives of 19 men. These men became known as members of the Halfway to Hell Club. Despite such safety measures, 11 men died during the bridge's construction. In June 1935, an earthquake struck the region as men worked atop the bridge's unfinished south tower. According to PBS American Experience, one worker recalled, quote, "The tower would sway 16 feet each way. There were 12 or 13 guys on top with no way to get down. The whole thing would sway towards the ocean, and guys would say, 'Here we go again.' Then it would sway back towards the bay." When the bridge was completed, San Franciscans celebrated the opening of the Golden Gate Bridge with Pedestrian Day on May 27, 1937. As many as 200,000 people crossed the bridge that day. People competed to be the first to run, push a baby stroller, and even roller skate across the Golden Gate Bridge. The San Francisco Chronicle recorded some of the most outlandish firsts, including the first person to cross the Golden Gate Bridge on stilts. The bridge opened to vehicular traffic the following day. Once the bridge was open to vehicles, the initial toll for the bridge was 50 cents each way, roughly equivalent to an $18 round trip today. A hefty price to pay in the midst of the Great Depression. Today, Golden Gate Bridge tolls are collected in one direction only, heading southbound into the city of San Francisco. San Francisco celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Golden Gate Bridge on May 24, 1987, with a bridge walk. The bridge began to groan and sway with an estimated 300,000 people packed like sardines onto it. The middle of the bridge sagged 7 feet under the unprecedented weight, causing the iconic arch to flatten. Officials quickly closed the bridge, preventing an additional 600,000 people from crossing. Engineers afterwards said that the bridge, which was built to bend, was never in danger of collapsing. The Golden Gate Bridge's foghorns, mounted at the middle and south tower on the San Francisco side of the bridge, may be nearly as iconic as the structure itself. The San Francisco Bay is famously foggy, and the bridge may have a slight influence on directing the flow of the fog as it pushes up and pours down around the bridge. Each horn emits a different tone at different times to help guide ships safely through dense fog. During March, the foghorns may be heard for less than half an hour a day, though during the summer, San Francisco's foggy season, they may blare for 5 or more hours for days at a time. The two foghorns on average sound for an average of 2.5 hours each day throughout the year. In the 1930s, the Golden Gate Bridge was coated with a primer that was 2/3 lead by weight. The architects intended that lead-based paint to protect the steel structure from corrosion, but later learned that lead is harmful to humans and the environment. It took 30 years to remove lead-based paint from the bridge. A massive cleanup effort to remove all the lead-based paint from the bridge started in 1965 and ended in 1995. Today, a zinc-based primer paint is used instead. The Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District calls the zinc a sacrificial metal that protects the steel from rust. The Golden Gate Bridge was designed to safely withstand winds of up to 68 miles an hour. Until 2008, the bridge was closed because of weather conditions only 3 times. on December 1st, 1951, on December 23rd, 1982, and on December 3rd, 1983, because of winds of 69 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, and 75 miles an hour respectively. An anemometer placed midway between the two towers on the west side of the bridge has been used to measure wind speeds. Another anemometer was placed on one of the towers. As part of the retrofitting of the bridge and installation of the suicide barrier, starting in 2019, the railings on the west side of the pedestrian walkway were replaced with thinner, more flexible slats in order to improve the bridge's aerodynamic tolerance of high wind up to 100 miles an hour. Starting in June 2020, reports were received of a loud hum heard across San Francisco and Marin County, produced by the new railing slats when a strong west wind was blowing. The sound had been predicted from wind tunnel tests, but not included in the environmental impact report. Ways of ameliorating it are being considered.